Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So just want to talk about this really quick. I seen this information popped up a couple hours ago. Seen it on Boxing Scene. So shouts out to Boxing Scene, and also seen it on badlefthook.com. But it's official. I went on BoxRec and looked at it as well. It's official that Johann Duhaupas will be taking on Tony Yoka. Yoka has been in the ring in about a year, man. The 2016 super heavyweight gold medalist. Um, so yeah, man, just want to get my opinion about this upcoming fight. Stormy B, man, salute. Nathan, what's good, man? He says solid step up for Yoka, in my opinion. Yes, I think it's a solid step for him as well. Y'all get up in here, man. Hit that like button for me, man. DB, what's good? Just want to cook on this upcoming fight, man. Tony Yoka, one of the better prospects out right now. I know a lot of fans want to dispute his gold medal win. A lot of people thought he lost to Joyce in the finals. I thought Herkovic got him in the semis. You know what I mean? But that's not what the judges thought. That's not what they scored. You know what I mean? So, but man, to go from before I cook on the fight, give my opinion, but to go from the Olympics, getting victories over Joyce and Herkovic, and then coming in the pros, man, and for him to be, this be his eighth fight, 7 fights in, for him to have guys, and I'm not saying these guys are world beaters, man, but for your up and coming prospect, have 7 fights, for him to beat guys like a Jonathan Rice, who may not look like much on paper, but anybody that knows the heavyweight scene and knows about the journeyman and knows about the guys that you want to build your prospects up against, Jonathan Rice isn't the easiest or safest fight for a prospect. Then you got Dave Allen. He's beat guys like Dimitrenko, Michelle Wallace. Not bad for an up and coming guy. You know what I mean? The Architect One, salute. King Cart, what's good? Blackout, what it do? Jay Billow, he said, I like this fight, especially considering the circumstances. Um, Let me just talk about the fight real quick. So both of these guys, French guys, the fight's gonna be out there in Paris, France. Actually, man, I wouldn't mind seeing the winner of this take on Takam. I know Takam is another. I know he's out there in France. I wouldn't mind seeing the winner of this take on him. You know what I mean? But so September 25th is going down. Okay, so Ticket TV, what's good, man? Big Boy says, I was wondering how long it would be before the old Frenchie and the new Frenchie would get it on. Yoka should take it. Duhaupas passed his best. HWBCR says, back at it. Good to see you. All right, so let me cook on this real quick, man. So Johann Duhaupas, right? He isn't now. He has lost 5 fights. He's been stopped twice against Wilder, and then the stoppage loss to Povetkin. Povetkin got him. He literally fought Povetkin on like a day's notice. I think he fought him on a day's notice because that was a Stavern. When all that shit happened with Povetkin and Stavern. Can y'all hear me? Cause I'm in the car. My wife driving. I'm in the car, man. I don't know. Let me know if y'all can hear me clear. What's good, Lawrence? Can y'all hear me? What's up, Mike Wilkins? All right, I'm good. All right, cool. So he isn't the easiest guy to stop, man. Although Wilder and Povetkin have stopped him and shit, man. Wilder and Povetkin, two of the hardest punchers in the damn division. And then the stoppage to Wilder, he was on his feet when he got stopped. The ref stepped in, But shit, Wilder had to go. Wilder had to go through some adversity in that fight with Duhaupas, man. Had his eye busted up, and Duhaupas wasn't just laying down. You know what I mean? So, and then the Povetkin fight, like I said, he got knocked out. He got knocked out bad in that fight. He was on his back in that one, but he took that fight on a day's notice. He was actually in preparation for a fight with Takam. He was supposed to fight Takam that new year, in January of that new year, late January of that new year, but then he ended up fighting Povetkin early December of, forget what year that was, man, off the top of my head, but so he had like 2 months to go preparing for Takam. Duhaupas did, but he took the Povetkin fight, seen the opportunity on literally like a day's notice, and he paid the price for it when there got knocked out. And then his loss to Miller, shit, even at the final bell of that fight, he was going heads up with Miller. I thought Miller won the fight. I thought he out hustled him, outlanded him. But he fought Miller tough, man. Even up until the final bell, he was going back and forth with Miller. And then he's been in there with some heavy-handed guys like Erkin Tepper. He was the first guy to defeat Robert Helenius, hit him with a good right hand, knocked down Helenius. I actually picked Helenius to win that fight. So I say all that to say this: Duhaupas isn't just an easy fight, and he's going to bring some pressure. He has experience, especially to a guy. Although Yoka's a gold medalist, he's still going to bring some problems to him, man. And I think he's going to try to have a dog fight with Yoka. Turn into a dog fight. Like walk behind the high guard. He has a long reach. I think his reach exceeds Yoka's. I think when I looked on BoxRec, he has like a half-inch on reach. But Yoka, even though has the shorter reach, at least according to BoxRec, he fights longer. He uses his jab way more than Duhaupas. Duhaupas sometimes will depend on the high guard and try to walk you down. You know what I mean? Yoka likes to work behind the jab. He changes levels. I think Virgil's teaching him a lot of good things, man. Teach him how to, giving him some tricks and tactics he's given to Andre Ward over the years. And I like what how he's having the guy work his jab and drop levels on his jab. That's something I've noticed. Another thing I noticed is I like his uppercut. He showed a really good uppercut in the Dimitrenko fight. That was the uppercut is what hurt Dimitrenko. And then I like how he was slipping the uppercut in there against Dave Allen, man. And Duhaupas. And I think the uppercut's going to be big for this fight because Duhaupas in his fights with Wilder was doing what? Landing some very good uppercuts in that fight. And Miller was landing some good uppercuts too. He actually hurt Miller with his own uppercut, or got his attention. I can say he hurt him, but he got his attention in that fight. But the uppercut I think would be key, man. That's one punch that I see Duhaupas gets hit with is a nice uppercut. Fanon, I appreciate that $10 holler, my brother. What's good? Y'all go subscribe to my man Fanon International boxing channel, man. Does excellent work. Y'all know about Fanon. That goes without saying, but appreciate that. But yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting fight for Tony Yoka. I'm just curious to see, how Duhaupas comes out, and I think he'll try to bring pressure to Tony Yoka, man. But he's going to have to try to conjure up some of his old success, man, like the success he had against Helenius and some of the sporadic success he had in the Wilder fight, and that's just putting pressure, but he is getting up there in age. I did say he's not the easiest guy to stop, which he's not, but he is, closing in on 40, you know what I mean, and some of those successes he has were, 4 or 5 years ago, man, so he is getting long in the tooth. He did pick up he beat some journeyman, man. What was that dude? Luis Pasquale. He did beat him in 2019. So Duhaupas will make it rough for Tony Yoka, man, but I expect Yoka to get this victory. And the punch that I'm thinking is going to be a key punch in this fight is that uppercut. You know what I mean? But I think this is another... They're bringing Yoka along well, man. Like I said, for his 8th fight, for him to have... he's going to have Duhaupas. We got to get through him first, but for Duhaupas, Dimitrenko, Dave Allen, a tough guy like Jonathan Rice, man, that's not bad for a guy with 8 fights and heavyweight. You know what I mean? As he worked his way up the ladder. And then, like I said, the winner of this fight, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Carlos Takam. Takam just beat Jerry Forrest. He had the dig for that one, so I wouldn't mind seeing this for like an all France type of thing for these French guys, man. I wouldn't mind seeing the winner take on Takam. See what y'all talking about, man. What y'all think about this fight, man? Duhaupas and Tony Yoka. Lawrence Williams says Duhaupas had on running shoes versus Povetkin. Yes, he did. I remember that. Yep, I think he had like some Asics on or something like that, man. But I was like, damn. But yeah, when I noticed that, and then he said it was literally like a day's notice when he fought Povetkin, man. Out there in Russia, man, they wanted to save that damn fight card, but anywhere else, I think that fight would have been scrapped, man. Stavern and Povetkin has some crazy stuff going on. I know Stavern, first he had something, he had tested for something he had in the, allegedly that he had in the energy drink, and then they kept the fight alive, and then Povetkin popped for something, man. That shit was crazy. But out there in Russia, they wanted to save that fight card, man. So uh, enter Johann Duhaupas, right? You know what I mean? I thought that shit was crazy altogether, man. Yes, Architect One Duhaupas, solid, sturdy heavyweight. No world beater, but just, sturdy, durable. And he will challenge up and coming prospects. So Joho says Yoka is obviously the better boxer, and I have him winning. But there is a question. Savannah, remember Demarese and his fight that he had with F.A. Jagba, man. And you know what I mean, so that lets you know right there that Demarese isn't just an easy guy. I get what you're saying; he got KO'd by him, but Demarese, especially in the amateurs, Demarese is no pushover. And I said that going into the fight with the Jagba, that the dudes wasn't going to be no pushover. A lot of people were picking the Jagba by knockout. Like, nah, man, you need to go back and watch this cat fight in his amateur fights, man. This dude not no pushover. But yeah, question mark on Yoka. I know he has been stopped in the amateurs, but shit, you can say that about all these dudes, man. Over 200 pounds with leather, with 10-ounce gloves on, whistling shot by each other's chin. Everybody will have a question mark. D-Lo 404 boxing, salute. Derek Bailey, what's good, man? Nathan says winner versus Takum will be solid for sure. You also have Caballel and Rivas as well. Yeah, I know Caballel just had a fight, and Rivas, I want to see more Rivas, man. I know, last time we seen Rivas was the Dillian White situation. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Dillian White rematch. You know what I mean? They did your boy Oscar Rivas kind of dirty out there in the UK, man. I know what you guys are going to say, but Mr. Boxing, it's their protocol. But when you don't inform fighters about failed drug tests, and when a fighter gets in there with gloves that, you guys did the switcheroo on the gloves, and, that still doesn't sit well with me, man. The way they did Oscar Rivas out there. And he damn near ended up stopping Dillian late. You know what I mean? But Rivas definitely need to get back in the ring, man. Oh, okay. Rivas was he was scheduled to fight. Takum got injured. I was out of the loop for about 4 months, where I was looking at news sporadically over the last 4 months, man. If you miss 4 months of boxing news, that's just like missing a year. Even though stuff was shut down, but still though, with injuries and fight cancellations. But hey, man, I just wanted to drop in and just give y'all that little bit of news that I seen, and we'll just get my opinion on it. It's not like it was, my exclusive story, right? Shout out to D-Style. He was talking about that yesterday. It wasn't like it was my exclusive story, but just want to get my opinion about the fight and what I think about it. I expect Yoka to win. I will be surprised if he gets a stoppage. I know this is an Asian Duhaupas, but the dude can take some fucking shots though, man. He's been there with guys that I perceive to be way more heavy-handed than Tony Yoka. Although Yoka is 7-0 with 6 KOs, but Jarrell Miller and Deontay Wilder, Povetkin, I don't see Yoka having that type of power. But I expect Yoka to carve out a tough unanimous decision win. But who knows, man? Duhaupas may walk him down and catch him with a big right hand over one of them lazy jabs. If I'm not gonna say lazy jabs, but if Yoka decides to keep a jab out there a bit too long, he comes over the top and touches him. You know what I mean? It could be hell for the youngster. Also want to see if Yoka, how he's going to work the body in this fight, because he's a smart fighter too, man. Hey Tony, I seen you going to I seen you working Dimitrenko's body in that fight too, mixing in that body work, because we know Dimitrenko does not like it to the body. You know what I mean? As you've seen in the Joseph Parker fight, and as you've seen in the Andrew Ruiz fights. All right, you know what I mean? But the odd fella was good, bro. James Coleman was good. Answer one more question, y'all, and I'm gonna call it one. Architect One says Duhaupas the type of guy that top heavyweights shouldn't overlook, and they stay busy fight. Not in fear of necessarily losing, but he could end up giving you a tough fight, have you suffer a cut or some damage. Exactly. Or you won't look good beating him. You know what I mean? You won't look pretty. You won't have dazzling performance beating him. You know what I mean? As Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? Shit, even Jarrell Miller, man, he made shit. Like I said, he was fighting Jarrell to the, to the very end of that fight. Even when the final bell went, them dudes were still swinging and banging. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, man. Just want to give my opinion on that. Till next time, y'all be easy. I'm gone.